Good afternoon. For this little vlog, I thought I'd just run through the things I've fully finished since I last recorded. The first couple of things are two things that I hadn't actually started stitching when I last recorded, and they're the ornaments for my children. Um, they are both by the Blue Flower, and they are both designs from last year's Jingle Ball. So the first one is called Festive Fruit Bat, and I stitched, this was a freebie that the Blue Flower gave away in their shop, and I stitched it using the called for DMC, and then I stitched it on a piece of jade by Picture This Plus, 32 count. Very cute, very quick stitch, and I think my son likes it. It's a bit difficult, he's 16, trying to get some enthusiasm out of him. So it's just finished as a simple pillow ornament. I wasn't getting fancy this year. On the back I have a piece of fabric that was arranged done by Stuart Hilliard, who won the Great British Sewing Bee one year. It's called Cross Stitch Christmas, and I found it in Hobbycraft a few years ago, so and it was a fat quarter pack that they were selling. So this is one colourway I picked up at the time, and the hanger braid that I used for hanger came from Solston Green. I tend to I just pick up their ribbons and things when I see they've got some nice ones. So there you go. That is Festive Fruit Bat. And I told you about this one in my last floss tube proper. This is Peppermint Panda. I was about to start it. Again, I used scissors stitched with all the called for DMC. It's a design by the Blue Flower. It was released at Jingle Ball last year. I don't know if it's gone on general release at all. And I stitched this on 40 count using just a neutral 40 count Zweigart that I have in my stash. It's some I bought. It doesn't have a name. I just bought it. Bought a meter of it one time when it was on sale at the Viking Loom, and it's because I just thought it was a useful colour to have. Again, finished as a little pillow ornament. I just put some homespun on the back, piece of silk ribbon as a hanger, and as you will have seen in yesterday's vlog, they are both on the tree already, which, you know, it's starting to become a habit getting it on the tree before Christmas, unlike previous when the kids were really little. And now we're on to some pieces that I've finished for my finishing challenge, my 60 before I turn 60. This first one is called Meowy Christmas, and it's by Lizzie Kate. And when I went back through to see when I stitched it, it predates me keeping records, so this must have been in the finishing pile for a good 20 years. Anyway, so finished as a simple flat ornament with pom-pom trim. This came as a chart pack with the fabric, so it's stitched with the call for DMC and metallic. I think it's probably 28 count fabric. I backed it with some more of the Stuart Hilliard fabric, Cross Stitch Christmas, that I talked about with the Festive Fruit Bat. See a bit more of this particular design, and trimmed it with some pom-pom trim that I picked up at TK Maxx in a job lot of trims one Christmas. So there you have Meowy Christmas. Very pleased to have that finished. I forgot to mention, but Meowy Christmas was finish number 5 for my 60 before 60 finishing challenge. This is finish number 6, which takes me to 10% through the challenge. This is Mary's Sampler by Plum Street Samplers. I stitched this back in 2013. Paulette offered it as a mystery sal on her blog, and she just gave us the chart. We could choose the colours, and this is stitched in a mix of overdyed threads that I had in my stash, and I think it's on some light exemplar from the Lakeside Linens that I had at the time, and it's probably 32 count because that's what I mostly stitched on at the time, although it might be 36, I'm not sure. So yes, so again, this is one that's been sat there and I've been really wanting to get it finished. So I decided to finish this one as a flat fold using the instructions by Judy Odell, as I have her finishing book for how to make flat folds. The fabric on the back is some that from a Fat Quarter bundle I picked up again at Hobbycraft the same time as I picked up the Stuart Hilliard, and it's fabric inspired by designs in the V&A. So yeah, so this is finished as a little flat fold. I always think they're going to take longer to do than they actually do. I'm still deciding if I want to put some trim on it, but I'm living with that for the minute, and I think it looks fine as it is, so I probably won't. Again, nice after 13 years to have it out of marinading in the finishing pile and up and in my Christmas decor. And my final piece of finishing for the time being, this is finish number 7 in my finishing challenge, and it is another Plum Street Samplers. It is Pomegranate Santa, and I finished the stitching on this one in 2020. I remember really, really enjoying stitching this. I think it was a Sunday stitch for quite a while until I was close to a finish. I love the reds in this piece. Really enjoyed stitching with pomegranates. Not so sure about the dirty snow down the bottom, but hey. So this is stitched with all the called for overdyed cottons. It's on a piece of Lakeside Linens, light exemplar again. I think it's the same linen as the Mary Sampler. I think it's 36 count, but I could be wrong. Been a while since I stitched it. Really enjoyed stitching that one, and it's lovely to have it finished. It's just a simple pillow. I just use fibre fill to fill it because I don't have enough. I think there's a stuffed walnut. If I'd stuffed it with walnut shell, I wasn't sure I'd have enough. So, given it's only going to be out a small amount. It's backed with some fabric, which I think came from my late mother-in-law's stash. Just a little Christmassy print with the Christmas trees on. And it's got some Lady Dot Creates vintage chenille trim around it. And I am really, really pleased I have finally gotten this one finished. So this is where I'm going to wrap up this vlog, and I shall be back tomorrow with some more.